Watching the News Hour Special Edition.
The Congress party, ladies and gentlemen, has made a promise today to Pakistan through its General Digvijay Singh. In a leaked audio clip, Digvijay Singh can be heard saying that if his party comes to power, then Congress will look into the scrapping of 370 that gave special status to Jammu Kashmir. Now, the BJP has slammed Congress in this promise that was made by Digvijay Singh, saying that the Congress party would look into it. The BJP says the Congress party is against the integration of Jammu and Kashmir. Digvijay Singh now, of course, is claiming that his words were twisted and that there's a difference between may and shall, but the damage already has been done.
Democracy was not there in Kashmir when they revoked Article 370. Then Insaniyat was not there because they put everyone behind bars. And Kashmiriyat is something which is basically the fundamentals of secularism. Because in a Muslim majority state, there was a Hindu Raja, and both worked together. In fact, the reservation in Kashmir was given to the Kashmiri Pandits in government services. So therefore, the decision of revoking Article 370 and reducing the statehood of J&K is extremely, I would say, sad decision. And the Congress party would certainly have to have a relook on this issue.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shazib. Next speaker is, Nyanesh. Nyanesh, please ask your question. Thank you so much.
Well, Digvijay Singh's comment has definitely left the veterans outraged as well. We spoke to the Northern Commander, Lieutenant General Y.K. Joshi. Listen in.
Question on the Valley is about the benefits of abrogation of 370. Have you seen verifiable results on ground?
Yes, definitely. With the UT coming in, the state government has made a lot of efforts towards development in the valley, good governance. The people are seeing the addressing of the grievances of the people is taking place in a big way. A lot of opportunities are being provided to the youth, in terms of upskilling, in terms of new entrepreneurships and all that support to the youth to come out. And the government, people are now realizing that the government and security forces are committed to peace and development. And having realized this, the sentiment of violence which was there earlier is now changing to the sentiment of peace and development, which is a very good sign. And during this period, we've also seen the role of parents, which is laudatory actually. The parents have been earlier passive, with regard to their wars, joining terrorism and all that. Now they are actively, encouraging, motivating the children, to go out and see, and make progress in their lives. So all that is happening in a very big way. A lot of surrenders have been, pushed by the parents, which again is a very good sign.
So to do a rethink on something like a 370 would be taking 5 steps back for the 2 steps that we've taken forward?
I will not say that. That is for the government to decide. What I'm saying is that with the UT government coming in, we have seen a lot of progress happening.
Well, we also have a breaking input coming in. The Bharatiya Janata Party is demanding a NI probe against Digvijay Singh. MP BJP chief, in fact, has written to Home Minister and is seeking immediate action against Digvijay Singh for his comments.
You're watching the News Hour Special Edition, debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Well, let's open this up and go across to our guests. We're joined by Sanju Verma, national spokesperson of the BJP. We also have Major General G.D. Bakshi, defense expert, on the broadcast with us. Shehzad Poonawalla is joining us on the broadcast. Tehseen Poonawalla, political analyst, is also with us, along with Majid Hydari, also a political analyst. Good evening to all of you. Before we go across to our political guests, I first want to go across to Major General G.D. Bakshi. He's a defense expert. Major General G.D. Bakshi, can you throw more light on the benefits, on the positive impact of the scrapping of Article 370? Also, when such statements are made, what is your sense? Are these just political statements, or there is an intent behind the statement which is against the integration of Jammu and Kashmir?
Look, in any mature democracy, there is a bipartisan consensus on issues, critical issues of national security, like Jammu and Kashmir. Now, unfortunately, the Congress party had a very woolly-headed approach to, national security in a vital state like Jammu and Kashmir on the pretext of what exactly is the definition of secularism. And if a Muslim majority state has to come into India, it must have special privileges. I mean, it's very strange. We are a secular country. So why special privileges? He should not have been there in the first place. It was an anomaly. It was an absolute aberration. And, no less a statesman than Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar, the framer of our constitution. When Sheikh Abdullah had gone to him, Nehru had sent him to get this Article 370 introduced. Then he had said, he had heard Abdullah patiently and then told him that, you want the government of India, the people of India to pay for your roads, bridges, hospitals, schools, and you want them to have no rights in Jammu and Kashmir. This is treachery. And I, as the law minister, will never do it. These were the unambiguous words of, the framer of the Indian Constitution, your greatest constitutional expert, Baba Bhimrao Ambedkar, Dr. Ambedkar, right? Thank God we got rid of this temporary provision, which was being made permanent for no bloody rhyme of reason, And then what has happened after this has been removed? People were promising us rivers of blood and कोई अर्थ ही देने के लिए नहीं होगा राष्ट्रीय कंधे के ध्वज को. बकवास. J&K has had the most peaceful tenure post 370. There has been real development. An end to the loot has been put there. Do you see stone throwing there? There's no stone throwing there. There is the national flag flying on every state building, and not just on the state building. On 26 January, national flags were being flown by the civilians on the Dal Lake front. They were celebrating. So what's your problem? What's your problem? You want to, you may have had doubts, you may have had your fancy notions on how to enforce secularism in Kashmir, though it was the most idiotic way, this 370 way. It's been removed. There is peace and there is quiet.
Okay, Major General G.D. Bakshi, let me in fact take that question the way you asked to Tehseen Poonawalla as it is. What is your problem, asks Major General G.D. Bakshi. Tehseen Poonawalla, respond to that, because the BJP has alleged that the Congress party seems to be towing Pakistan's line as far as the integration of Jammu and Kashmir is concerned. Digvijay Singh now saying it's extremely sad that 370 has been scrapped.
Okay, so there are two issues that I would like to bring to your notice and to the notice of your audiences. I don't believe in shouting, screaming, and using words like bloody on national television. I don't think it behoves a national television or somebody who won't
get on with what you have to say.
I don't take lectures from you, so please keep quiet when I'm talking.
Nor do I.
Be very clear about it. Be very clear about it. Understand? Next time, never raise your. Don't talk in between.
Tehseen, go ahead.
Please tell him not to talk in between. Tell him to absolutely keep quiet. Or mute him. Now, good. Now, keep quiet. So there are two issues.
This is not the way to talk to a veteran.
Tehseen, please go ahead. Please, 1 second, and that's okay. 1 second. Show some respect. Tehseen, show some respect.
I will not say
One second, relax. Tehseen.
Saddened to be associated.
Okay, Tehseen, that's not the way. That's not the way to address. That's not the way to address your co-panelist. Okay, 1 second, Shehzad, relax.
You are a shameless creature.
Okay, all right. Tehseen, finish your point, but that's not the way to
listen.
I
will not use words like bloody on national television. I think it doesn't behove somebody who wore an army.
Please don't make
now
this man has served the country.
Now, let me just come to the two points that I want to make. If you're done with all the yelling and screaming and the noise that is being created by the empty vessels, the two very important points that I want to make is that what Mr. Digvijay Singh said. First of all, I am for Article 370 being removed. I'm absolutely for it being removed. What Mr. Digvijay Singh has said is, it can be considered and thought about, not putting the article back, thought about. What should be thought about? This matter is now in the Supreme Court. Whether it's the present central government or it is the opposition, nobody can do anything about 370. The final decision will be of the court. So even Mr. Modi will have to think about 370 when the matter finally comes up for a constitutional bench. So all Mr. Digvijay Singh has said is a very simple one line, that this matter has to be thought about because it will come up in the Supreme Court. So what is wrong if the matter comes up? We have to think about how to defend it. I don't know where has all of this that is being attributed by the retired army veteran or by the man who was making noise trying to defend the army veteran has come in. His conversation and his line is very clear, but it has to be thought about. Are you telling me when Tushar Mehta ji represents the government of India in the Honorable Supreme Court on 370 when it comes out, when I'm glad it's gone, he will not think about it? Now, any sensible government has to think about it. No one can do anything against what the Supreme Court does. So I don't know where is everything else being attributed from Nehru to something else and just having a field day.
Think about it in what way? Is it that simple, Sanju Verma, or is Tehseen Poonawalla oversimplifying the facts, saying Digvijay Singh is only saying, let's just think about it. It has been scrapped. Either you are for it or you're against it.
You know, Swati, I listen to everybody and I hope others will not interrupt me. First and foremost, I just want to say that it would be juvenile to dismiss a senior leader like Digvijay Singh, who was once the Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, his statement as, something that needs to be not taken seriously. Because the Congress has this habit of playing good cop, bad cop. Somebody senior comes out and makes a statement which is anti-national, and the entire Congress distances itself. But Digvijay Singh is a close confidant of Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi. So, what he says carries a lot of weight. Point number one. Point number two, Swati, please note that this is the same Digvijay Singh who's infamous for addressing Osama bin Laden as Osama ji, Masood Azhar ji, Hafiz Sayyid ji. So, we all know where Digvijay Singh's loyalties lie. But that is also not the important question. The more important point is that when a Pakistani journalist was asking Digvijay Singh in a clubhouse chat to comment on what was clearly an internal policy matter of India, I'm talking of Kashmir, instead of snubbing him and telling him off, Digvijay Singh actually in a very gratifying tone towed the Pakistan line by saying we shall consider. It does not matter whether you shall consider or you want Article 370 back. The fact is that Digvijay Singh spoke glowingly about Kashmiriyat, democracy, secularism, Jamhuriyat. Excuse me, Mr. Digvijay Singh, from the ramparts of times now, I want to ask you a question. Where was Kashmiriyat when a few months back in April 2021, a young 22-year-old Akash Mehra, the son of Krishna Dhaba, owner in Srinagar Valley, was shot down by assailants who claimed allegiance to a Muslim radical organization. Where was Kashmiriyat when in 1990 Kashmiri Pandits had to flee, millions of them, in the worst form of ethnic cleansing and genocide no one wants to speak of and wants to brush under the carpet? Where was Digvijay Singh's secularism when for so many years under Article 370, Hindus in Jammu had actually no access in terms of equality with respect to jobs?
Can I just reply in one line, please?
Promotion,
Can I just reply in one line?
Education.
Just one line.
And more importantly, last but not least, don't forget,
just one line.
Article 370 under Part 21 of the Constitution was always meant to be temporary and transitional. So, Mr. Digvijay Singh, please go and get your facts right.
Okay, temporary and transitional. It was always meant to be temporary and transitional. Go ahead with that one line, Tehseen. I want to go across to Shehzad and Mr. Majid Hydari as well.
One more
Absolutely.
No, ma'am, please. I want to go. There are two more panelists who haven't spoken. I can come back to you for round two of face-off. I can come back to you. Please, Sanju Verma. Yes, what is your one line? What is your one-line counter? Tehseen, what is your one-line counter?
Okay. Can you just, audience can hear. I absolutely agree for once with Sanju Verma that the killing at the Krishna Dhaba and otherwise have been horrific. And therefore, it comes to the two questions that I want to raise in my one line. A, that on 26 November 2016, the Prime Minister of India promised us demonetization would end terrorism. Sanju Verma has proved it hasn't, so the Prime Minister has misled us. And he proved Article 370 would end terrorism, which it hasn't. I think Article 370 should go. If the courts come up with a different version, we have to think about it, but we have to go. But then the Prime Minister's misled the country. What action should be taken on the Prime Minister?
Okay, that was not one line. That was not one line. You tricked me into giving you more time. I want to go across to Shehzad Poonawalla and Majid Haider. They haven't spoken at all. Like I said, I can come back to you for round two. Shehzad Poonawalla, the question is, on what basis are these assurances being given? Can you separate what Digvijay Singh said from what Congress party stand is? If not, then the Congress party should just come out in open and make it clear what their stand really is on 370. For how long are these flip-flops going to continue?
So Swati, the entire transcript of what Mr. Digvijay Singh said in this clubhouse chat to a Pakistani journalist is available to me, and he said two portions. One, that it was a very sad thing that Article 370 was revoked, and part two, that when we come to power, we will consider taking a look into it. That means restoring it. Now, this is the official line of the Congress. I'm talking about part two because here is Mr. Chidambaram's statement, and Mr. Chidambaram says he urges J&K parties to stand resolutely behind the demand for restoration of special status. This is in August 2020. In fact, he said that it was revoked only because it was a Muslim population state. That's why it was revoked. This is the statement of Mr. Chidambaram. So Tehseen Poonawalla can pretend to be a Congress spokesperson here, but official stand of Congress party is that they do not want 370 revoked. They want it put back, and therefore Mr. Rahul Gandhi to every senior leader of the Congress has demanded that. Now, what is the sad thing? The sad thing is that after 70 years, when women were given rights by removing 35A, that is a sad thing for Mr. Digvijay Singh. It is a sad thing for Mr. Digvijay Singh that those who championed the cause of Dalits, when they were finally, the Valmiki Samaj was given the rights in Jammu Kashmir, that is a sad thing for Mr. Digvijay Singh. That the central laws which were never applicable to Jammu Kashmir, that is right to information, right to education, and all the other laws that give the benefits to the people of Jammu Kashmir, that has now been put again into Jammu Kashmir. That is a sad thing for Mr. Digvijay Singh. What is sad for Mr. Digvijay Singh today is that the distance between Lal Chowk and Lal Killa has evaporated. The sad thing for Mr. Digvijay Singh today is that there is a Tiranga flying on every government headquarters and in the hands of the Kashmiri. That is a sad thing for Mr. Digvijay Singh. And the sad thing for Mr. Digvijay Singh is that the special status of three families, the Gandhi family, the family of the Muftis, and the Omar Abdullahs has been taken away. Special status from Algawad has been taken away and has been given to the people of Jammu Kashmir. That is a sad thing for Digvijay Singh. And I want to ask this Tehseen Poonawalla, the veterans of this country don't need special protection, but yes, the three families of Jammu Kashmir, tell them that their special protection is now over.
Can I respond?
Is that what is unsettling them, Majid Haider? If the most important stakeholders of Jammu and Kashmir, the people of Jammu and Kashmir are benefiting out of scrapping of 370, then what really is the problem?
Well, Swati Sahiba, before replying to your question, I have a very humble submission that Bharatiya Janata Party is one of the biggest parties in the country, and I have very high regards for Sambit Patra ji and Amit Malviya ji. But the point is that they should not have behaved like peeping toms who peeped into the clubhouse this way and then looked into the conversation as to what Digvijay Singh ji was speaking. Had Sambit Patra ji made a press conference on what Rahul Gandhi ji had released on the video, that there will be a second tsunami and the second wave of COVID and country should be prepared, we would not have witnessed the kind of bloodbath we have seen for the want of oxygen, that bodies being flowing down Ganga. So that is one point. Now, point number two is coming to this issue. See why this issue is being raked up by BJP. This is a serious issue. They want to divert the attention of people from their defeat in West Bengal, now their upcoming defeat in UP, and they need some kind of sympathy, which can either come through communalization on Hindu versus Muslim or on Kashmir. So that is why they have come up with this Kashmir issue, and they want to just gain some sympathy on this. No, madam, I am talking about the country. Where did I go? Where did I divert?
I'll come back to you. I'll come back to you. Majid Haider, upcoming assembly polls का prediction आपने अभी से कर दिया, लेकिन जो हो चुका है उसके बारे में बात कीजिए. माजिद Haider.
देखिए, see, I express my sympathy.
Majid Haider, upcoming polls का prediction मत कीजिए. Let's talk about what has already happened.
No, why shouldn't I predict that? Have we not seen lakhs of bodies flowing down Ganga? Have we not seen?
We're discussing what Digvijay Singh has said about relooking into the scrapping of 370. We're not here to do Bhavishwani of Uttar Pradesh elections. I'm sorry.
Swati Sahiba,
But we are not here to do Bhavishwani for Uttar Pradesh elections. We can have a separate session on Bhavishwanis and I can come to you on that.
Can I please?
What is wrong in talking about restoration of 370? Was 370 given by Jinnah, or was it given by Imran Khan that we cannot talk about that, or what is abrogated by some Pakistanis that we can't talk
Temporary?
about that? This has
What
been
part of that very constitution which says that this was temporary do you not understand? माजिद हैदरी परमानेंट तो नहीं था ना, जिस वक्त दिया गया उस वक्त क्यों उसको टेम्पररी स्टेटस दिया गया?
Madam, that had a different perspective because government of India wanted to settle Kashmir once for all. But then BJP has just mauled that idea, that has been mauled beyond a repair now. We are seeing that Kashmir has been pushed from frying pan to fire. It's only because of BJP. And this is done out of a communal agenda. There is no national interest, there is no secular interest. It's a communal agenda of Hindutva.
But okay. You are bringing in the communal agenda, you're bringing in the political agenda, you're bringing in UP's Bhavishwani. I want to go back to Major General G.D. Bakshi and talk purely from the point of view of national security and the importance of this step.
One of the prime criteria is openly expressed intention of the government that J&K is not negotiable. You can forget about Azadi for the next 10,000 years. The Indian flag flutters there proudly today. It will continue to flutter proudly there, right? Despite all the naysayers, all the doubters. I think the removal of 370 and 35 has been a very good thing. You can see results on the ground. The level of terrorism has come down perceptibly.
I'm not being allowed a rebuttal.
Have you heard any stone pelting there? No stone pelting has taken place. The government is being run cleanly. A few families are not siphoning off all the money that the center was pouring into J&K. They are not ripping the state off. And the Hurriyat is no longer a government in waiting. It has been shown its place. The so-called state parties were providing a cover. Madam, I'll just finish. Were providing a cover to the separatists. That cover is blown. India has made a clear statement to Pakistan. Pakistan can lump it. Pakistan can lump it. It has been able to do nothing to challenge or question change of status.
On that note, Major General G.D. Bakshi, I'm taking a very short break. I know Majid Hydari wants to come in. I know Sanju Verma wants to come in with her counter. We'll take all of that after a break. Please stay on with us.
You're watching the News Hour Special Edition.
Is Congress opposing integration of Jammu and Kashmir? That's the big question we are asking. Let's go across to our guests for the second round 2 of Face Off. Sanju Verma, you can go ahead with your counter. Then I'll go across to Majid Hydari, Shahzad Poonawalla and Tehseen Poonawalla.
Okay, thank you, Swati. Swati, I think Shahzad and Major General Bakshi made some very pertinent points. I'll just say one thing, which Amit Shah ji said after the revocation of Article 370 and Article 35A. And Digvijay Singh, I think you need to listen to this, and so do the Congress trolls, including Antonia Maino and Rahul Vinci, aka Rahul Gandhi. दूध मांगोगे तो खीर देंगे, दूध मांगोगे तो खीर देंगे, कश्मीर मांगोगे तो चीर देंगे, कश्मीर मांगोगे तो चीर देंगे. दिस इज नॉट रेटरिक. वेयर स्वाति, कांग्रेस की क्या पॉलिसी है? बस हमको जितवा दीजिए, मोदी जी को हटा दीजिए, आर्टिकल 370 हटा दीजिए, बस हम चुनाव जीत जाए, हम पूरा का पूरा कश्मीर आपको सौंप देंगे. This is the attitude of the Congress party, and I will endorse this with example. Do you remember, Swati, after the surgical strike in September 2016, the Congress actually debunked our army's valor by saying, "Khoon ki dalali." Then again, after the Balakot strike in 2019, they again questioned the veracity of the Balakot strike. And I want to say one more thing. Digvijay Singh said that Kashmiri Pandits actually benefited from reservation of jobs and actually had a very peaceful existence. He refused to even acknowledge the ethnic cleansing. But let me tell you one thing, that the Jammu and Kashmir Reservation Act of 2004 never actually gave Kashmiri Pandits the reservation that they deemed fit and that was there for the taking. In fact, as Shehzad mentioned, now after delimitation exercise, scheduled castes and scheduled tribes will have representation in the assembly. The Ranbir Penal Code has been replaced by the Indian Penal Code. For the first time, you will have, and you actually have the 7th Pay Commission recommendations being implemented. More than 35% of the 80,000 crore package announced by the Modi government for Jammu and Kashmir has been implemented. Another package of 28,300 crore, which was announced in January 2021, is being implemented. The Roshni Act, which became a conduit to encroach on land by the land mafia belonging to the Abdullah and Mufti families, that was done away with in 2018. So let me tell that mainstream.
All right. So Jumhur, I have a long list of what has been done and what is still underway. I just want to go across to Majid Hydari on the several points that you mentioned. Basically, the bottom line is, Majid Hydari, that all the provisions of the Constitution are applicable now. Equal rights, equal treatment being meted out to people, especially those who are deprived of these rights for years together.
Swati Saiba, firstly, I agree with Shehzad Poonawalla and Swati Verma Saiba, Sanju Verma Saiba, that General Bakshi Saab made some very valid points. He said the abrogation of 370 has become non-negotiable. General Bakshi Saab, you were in army when Azhar Masood was released. Was that non-negotiable? Why couldn't that be made non-negotiable? You recently went for a reiteration of ceasefire with Pakistan Army. Why was that negotiable? Recently, national media reported that BJP is begging for negotiations with Taliban. You can have negotiations with Taliban. You can negotiate with
Majid Hydari. Majid Hydari, why are you jumping from one topic to the other?
People of this country. I mean, what kind of logic is this?
Why are you jumping from one topic to the other? Do you have a problem with people enjoying equal rights? Do you have a problem with people being treated equally? Do you have a problem with especially those who are deprived of these rights now getting to enjoy those rights post scrapping of 370? Shehzad Poonawalla come in, and then a counter from Tehseen Poonawalla.
See, I want to just address some points which will expose the hypocrisy of Tehseen Poonawalla and the Congress party. Here is Mr. Gulzari Lal Nanda, close confidant of Mr. Nehru, and he was the Prime Minister also in the interim. Article 370 is nothing more than a shell emptied of its contents. Nothing of it has been left. This is what Congress people were also saying and advocating at one point of time. Ambedkar ji was opposed to it because of its anti-Dalit, anti-women nature, also is proven. But Tehseen Poonawalla today, tell us, is Rahul Gandhi right or Mr. Gulzari Lal Nanda is right? You please tell us point number one. Point number two, Digvijay Singh is asking for it to be reimposed again. This was the agenda of the Congress party while fighting the DDC elections, which is a local corporation election. Their agenda was restoration of 370. And what did they say? They said even with the Chinese help. And that time, Mr. Majid Hydari, who thinks Modi is the anti-Muslim, he has no problem. They wanted Chinese help to reimpose 370. Majid Hydari was celebrating. This is their hypocrisy. The problem with these people is that they are suffering from Modi phobia. और इसका कोई टीका नहीं बना है. इनको कोरोना का टीका लगा सकते हैं, पर ये मोदी विरोध में देश विरोध पे उतर आते हैं. तहसीन पूनावाला की मंडली गई थी जेरेमी कॉर्बिन के पास. ये लोग गए थे टर्की में. ये लोग गए थे मणिशंकर अय्यर का डेलीगेशन बनाकर पाकिस्तान से मदद मांगने के लिए कि प्लीज हेल्प अस टू डिपोज मोदी. When surgical strike happened, army said it happened. They questioned it. When Balakot air strike happened, they questioned it. Whenever India does something good, they question it because they have signed an agreement with China and Pakistan. And therefore,
I'll be allowed to reply.
Tehseen Poonawalla, respond now. Too many questions have been asked to you.
Lots have been answered, so I'm going to answer each of them. I'll take Shehzad on slowly and I'll answer everything. Number one, Shehzad Poonawalla deliberately on Times Now is spreading fake news. The Chinese connection during those elections was by Farooq Abdullah, and I maintained this time and again. Farooq Abdullah was an ally of the BJP. He was last seen with the BJP, last seen meeting the Prime Minister in Parliament, and it was his words. It wasn't the words of the Congress, but he deliberately chooses to... I cannot debate this way, Sakshi. It's not fair. I never interrupt, but there's abusive language and there's shouting. This is not fair, Sakshi. I'll be quiet. Let him finish, then I'll talk. But let the viewers hear my point of view. Please. I request you, Sakshi. Please.
I am Swati.
Sorry, I am so sorry. I apologize. I apologize. I am so sorry.
Go ahead,
this is very disturbing. I'm so sorry, Swati.
Go ahead.
It's very disturbing.
Finish
because
your point.
every time I'm making my point, no, because you know what happens, Swati? Every time I talk, they deliberately disturb so that the viewers can't hear another point. So he's deliberately lying on
Okay,
time. So
Shehzad, do
once
not
again
deliberately
apologize.
disturb him. Take a rebuttal.
Yeah. Yes, and I apologize. Sorry, I kept talking. So one. Number two, Shehzad speaks about a number of things that were anti-national. I also think anti-national was going to Pakistan without an invitation. I also think anti-national was calling ISI to Pathankot.
To that. You have no business questioning Modi.
I cannot debate.
Sanju, please let him finish.
I cannot debate. It's
Sanju,
not
let him
fair.
finish. Let him finish his point.
With the Prime Minister. Who are
Sanju,
you
let
to
him finish his
question? Will
point.
you tell me what was Rahul Gandhi doing?
Okay, okay, Sanju, let him finish his point. No, 1 second, Sanju, please. Tehseen, go ahead.
Swati, you have to understand, this is a deliberate strategy so the viewers don't get another point of view. So please allow me. I can also say in 2611, when my friend Hemant Karkare was a martyr for this country, one chief minister in the middle of these operations came down and had a press conference and disturbed those operations, and that was Narendra Modi. But I won't use words like Narendra Modi is unpatriotic, anti-national, or he was shooting while Pulwama happened. These are childish remarks to make on a national TV. Let's come to the substance of it. The substance of it is simply this. 370 had to be watered down and go. That was Nehru's vision. Congress watered it down. It went by Modi. Congratulations. Now the matter is in the Honorable Supreme Court. Whatever happens, the Honorable Supreme Court will decide. And the Prime Minister Modi and everyone must think about what you talk in the Supreme Court, the Constitutional Court. There is nothing more to it. Everything else is bus added up. I can also add up Burhan Wani's family as my time to India has been 4 lakh. Does that make Modi anti-national?
You're an apologist.
You are providing a very different. No, 1 second. You're providing a very different point of view from what Digvijay Singh has said or what the Congress party has been saying. I want to go across to Major General G.D. Bakshi. You're saying the court has to take a decision. We will have to look into it. You're saying you are putting it across as if Digvijay Singh never meant it as an assurance to Pakistan that Congress will look into it.
Swati, let me explain to you the constitutional
can I
position as of
please?
today. 1 second. 1 second.
No.
General
I mean,
Sahab,
you will just keep giving explanations on what you spoke, man. We can make out. 1 second means the others don't have a right to speak.
At least I don't use abusive language. See, just 1 second. The constitutional
I have not used any abusive language.
Was for Major General that question was for Major General G.D. Bakshi. Let him respond.
You've done it the second
the constitutional position is this. Neither the Prime Minister, neither Rahul Gandhi, neither Swati, neither Tehseen can do anything. The only person who can do something is the Supreme Court, and the matter is there. Why are we discussing a hypothetical
Then why are these
situation?
assurances being given? Then what is the basis of this assurance that Congress party will look into it? Then the Congress party shouldn't be making these statements. Aren't you then just playing around with sentiments? Major General G.D. Bakshi.
What the Supreme Court says? Are you not going to look at it?
Everybody will have to follow what Supreme Court says. That's what I'm saying. Why is Mr. Digvijay Singh making these points? Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Thank you.
Please.
Look, in a historical context, I have been in service 37 years from the 71 war, Kargil war and beyond. In a historical context, the most emphatic, the most unambiguous statement that the government of India has any time made on the issue of J&K was with the removal, dilution of Article 370-35 and the bifurcation of Kashmir. It just told Pakistan to go take a walk. All right? And Pakistan has been able to do nothing. Its friend China tried to pressurize us in Ladakh to try and, cut us down to size. They have gotten it back. China and Pakistan together have been able to do nothing to make India revoke or resign on its unambiguous stand about the legality of the accession of Jammu and Kashmir and the way we will manage. It's our internal business. Digvijay Singh has no business to make assurances to Pakistan. As Tehseen said, it is before the Indian Supreme Court. Who the hell then is Digvijay Singh to assure Pakistan that he will turn it around? I heard Tehseen doing a lot of spin doctoring on the statement of Digvijay Singh. Just play that statement out to him. Digvijay Singh prefaced it with a whole lot of things on insaniyat and, legality of that issue, which clearly implied that he thought it was dead wrong and he will correct that wrong. Right?
No, man.
We should
No,
at
sir.
least have waited to see the result.
No, sir,
we
you're
should
wrong
at least
there.
have waited to. Can I finish, please? Why
Yes, sir,
are
but
you
you're wrong.
interfering? Why are you trying to drown out our voices?
He doesn't give anybody else.
Okay, I apologize.
No, no.
Please finish, but I'll counter
Thank
that.
you.
I apologize. I
Thank you.
apologize.
Please,
He's not the
please.
only party.
I would like to listen to you. Let me
Sure,
finish.
sir. Please,
All right?
please.
Thank you.
Please, sir.
Thank you. Now, what I was trying to say was, please don't spin doctor that statement. It was an outrageous statement. It was a statement prefaced by questioning the legality of the removal of Article 370 and 35. It was prefaced by, allusions to insaniyat as if that had been violated. It was very bad, in fact, because it talked of the Kashmiri Pandit. He was rambling. A leader of that level is supposed to be far more discreet when he goes on a subject so sensitive as the issue and legality of the accession of Kashmir to India. India is a secular country. We need no special assurances for any state to be part of the union. It is a part of the union. It can never get out. As simple as that. And let Pakistan try, let China try. They will get a bloody nose. I use that word bloody again.
Shehzad Poonawalla wants to come in, sir. He wants to rebut Tehseen Poonawalla. Tehseen Poonawalla is defending Digvijay Singh when he himself is not. He is openly giving these assurances. Yes.
One line. Tehseen Poonawalla just said that we have nothing to do with Farooq Abdullah's China ko layout 370 impose karne ke liye. They fought Gupkar elections together, including the Congress chief was on record to say that reimposing 370 is an agenda, and this is Chidambaram's statement stating the same thing that Digvijay Singh has. Tehseen is a liar who comes here, says that we don't want 370, we are happy with its revocation. Rahul Gandhi, Chidambaram and Mr. Ghulam Mir of the Gupkar alliance as part of the Congress party demanded its restoration. Tehseen Poonawalla is Chidambaram, a higher senior leader than not in the Congress party. Stop lying on national TV.
Please be allowed to counter. Once again, Shehzad is lying to the viewers
Okay,
of
quick
Times
counter.
Now.
I have just 2 minutes.
Yes. So once again, Shehzad is lying to the viewers of Times Now. Congress was not in the Gupkar alliance. It did not fight the election in the alliance. And point number 2.
Are you serious?
Please. You have to allow me to counter. Please. All of General Saab's defenses that Digvijay Singh used the word insaniyat. Is he using the word insaniyat bad? And a constitutional question that's before the Supreme Court is what he spoke about. And we all have to think, why is this question before the Supreme Court? And no one can do anything about it but the Supreme Court. And therefore, we better think about it. I don't know why are we discussing a child who's not born. उसके मुंडन की हम तैयारी कर रहे हैं.
Digvijay Singh should have just said, let's wait and watch. Sanju Verma, Digvijay Singh to that question should have just said, let's wait and watch what the Supreme Court has to say. Instead of using words like may, shall, certainly, consider.
I mean, apologist for what? Apologist for what?
For seditionists. Do you remember who was
But ask your government to file 124A on me. Listen, ask your government to file 124A on me.
It was your very own Jawaharlal Nehru. So please stop taking the moral high ground.
Yes, he is my Jawaharlal Nehru and I'm proud of him.
About political morality.
Like Golwalkar.
We have the political morality, we have the right intent, we have the bona fides to be where we are. The Congress has lost political clout simply because you are not willing to take cognizance of the problem. You are in your own echo chamber.
The problem is BJP.
You are not going to win back elections. You are not going to be able to restore 370. Get that loud and clear.
All right. I'm completely out of time. I'm completely out of time. I want to thank all our guests. Thank you very much for joining us, giving us your time and for sharing your views with us. We're moving on. We have some breaking inputs coming in on the broadcast.